Baltimore, known as the Charming City, Baltimore exudes the intimate feel of a small town while offering layers of character through its vibrant culinary scene, bustling craft breweries, fascinating museums, and picturesque views typical of a warm coastal city. As Maryland's most populous urban hub, Baltimore is a sought-after home for Washington, D.C. commuters, young professionals, and those seeking the amenities of a large city without sacrificing a sense of community. But what truly sets Baltimore apart? It's not just the striking Inner Harbor, the historic charm of Federal Hill, the iconic National Aquarium, or the mouth-watering Old Bay steamed blue crabs. Baltimore is also a city of stark contrasts, often ranked among the most dangerous large cities in the U.S., marked by acute socioeconomic disparities, a growing homelessness crisis, and alarmingly high rates of addiction-related fatalities.
To the shelters run like prisons.
Baltimore has seen a 4% rise in homelessness, increasing from 64% to 68% between 2022 and 2023. In that year alone, 1,551 people spent at least one night without a home. Of this population, 73% were African Americans, while 17% were young people under the age of 24. This reflects a troubling trend. African Americans, who make up 63% of Baltimore's population, disproportionately represent 73% of those experiencing homelessness, 8% of whom are military veterans. Despite receiving $90.4 million from the federal government in 2022 through the American Rescue Plan Act to combat homelessness, Baltimore continues to grapple with the issue. Rising inflation and an increasing number of individuals struggling to secure stable employment have exacerbated the crisis, making homelessness one of the most pressing challenges for Baltimore and the greater Washington, D.C. area. On average, city officials estimate that approximately 5,200 people experience homelessness in Baltimore over the course of a year. There are glimmers of hope in the form of shelters and housing initiatives, particularly for homeless families. One such organization is Friends of Sparsh, supported by over 5,000 volunteers. However, these efforts barely scratch the surface of the deeper issues at hand. The lack of affordable housing, widespread unemployment, and limited access to healthcare and education continue to perpetuate the cycle of homelessness. Addressing these root causes, particularly by increasing the availability of affordable housing, is critical to creating sustainable solutions for low-income families. In addition to housing, services such as counseling, job training, and community referrals play a pivotal role in breaking the cycle of homelessness. These services tackle the mental and emotional toll of living on the streets, which is often the result of deep-seated systemic issues embedded in American society. However, success in reducing homelessness is frequently measured in raw numbers that are not always accurate or reflective of meaningful change. Inequality compounds Baltimore's struggles, rooted not only in policy disparities, but also in stark social divides. These divides permeate nearly every aspect of life in the city, particularly for its younger generation. Many neighborhoods in Baltimore grapple with shorter life expectancies and poorer health outcomes than those found in economically challenged regions of Nigeria, India, China, and South Africa. This is the harsh reality that lingers behind Baltimore's gleaming skyscrapers. Among the polished professionals walking briskly in tailored suits or commuting on a bright morning, there are others living profoundly difficult lives. A study revealed that Baltimore, often referred to as a city of readers, ranks among the top 3 cities in the United States for teens experiencing the highest prevalence of sexual violence, substance abuse, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. What's more alarming is the grim outlook for Baltimore's youth attempting to rise above these circumstances. Despite being home to countless professionals and young workers, the city ranks as one of the worst in the country for income mobility among children from low-income families. If a child grows up in Baltimore rather than in a more average American city, their projected earnings at age 26 will be $4,510, or 17% lower. This means that children raised in Baltimore not only face harsher living conditions during their formative years, but are also significantly less likely to escape their economic and social challenges as they transition into adulthood. The irony is striking, especially considering the city's outward growth and development. This inequality deepens when viewed through a racial lens. Black residents in Baltimore earn an average income that is 7% lower than their white counterparts, a statistic that underscores the structural inequities embedded within the city's fabric. Racial inequality in Baltimore reflects the broader disparities across the United States. Black households in the city earn just 54% of what white households make. The small Latin American community fares slightly better, earning 70% of white household incomes. Meanwhile, the city's tiny Asian population reveals a unique divergence from national trends. While Asian Americans nationwide earn an average of 124% of white household incomes, Asian households in Baltimore earn only 84%. These economic disparities also manifest geographically. Neighborhoods in West and East Baltimore, such as Sandtown, Winchester, and the bordering areas of Baltimore County, experience some of the highest poverty rates in the region. These areas are predominantly Black, a legacy of both explicit and implicit policies that have historically segregated communities along racial and economic lines. This persistent racial and economic isolation is a key factor in explaining the stark disparities between Baltimore's Black and white populations across critical metrics, such as education, employment, and child poverty rates. For years, Baltimore has grappled with its reputation as one of the most dangerous cities in the United States. Civil unrest and violence over the past 2 years have further compounded the city's struggles, with many economists, sociologists, and politicians pointing to economic inequality as a root cause of the tension. These inequities fuel not only the daily challenges faced by residents, but also a broader sense of systemic injustice. For those who may have forgotten, in 2015, Baltimore earned the grim distinction of being the deadliest city in the United States, with a staggering 344 homicides that year. And what about today? Sadly, the situation has shown little improvement. Baltimore continues to rank among the cities with the highest crime rates in the nation. According to an April 2024 survey by SafeHome, Baltimore remains the most dangerous large city in the U.S., based on the latest FBI crime reports submitted by police departments nationwide. Among cities with populations of 500,000 or more, Baltimore surpassed Memphis, the deadliest city in 2023, and Detroit, which held the title for 2 consecutive years prior. Baltimore also leads the nation in robbery rates. By 2024, the city had reported 2,033 robberies, including 256 carjackings, 300 commercial robberies, and 1,477 personal robberies. Crime levels vary widely within Baltimore. Northern and northeastern areas tend to be safer, while central and western neighborhoods remain high crisis zones. Middle East Baltimore is notoriously dangerous, with a crime rate of 10,045 incidents per 100,000 residents. West Baltimore and the East Monument Historic District also report crime levels over 300% higher than the national average. The surge in crime in Baltimore is often linked to rampant substance abuse. a crisis that has plagued the United States for decades and is widely recognized as an epidemic. Yet few cities have been hit as hard as Baltimore in recent years, both in terms of the number of residents battling addiction and the devastating toll of overdose deaths. Between 2018 and 2022, nearly 6,000 lives were lost to overdoses, a staggering mortality rate unprecedented in any major U.S. city. What's particularly alarming is that these grim statistics initially went unnoticed by some of Baltimore's city leaders, including Mayor Brandon Scott, until investigative journalists brought the crisis to their attention. The most recent data from 2023 painted an even bleaker picture. 1,043 deaths were attributed to drug and alcohol-related causes that year, with 921 of them linked to fentanyl, a synthetic opioid driving much of the city's overdose epidemic. Chris Booker, a special correspondent for PBS NewsHour, conducted an in-depth investigation to uncover why addiction has become so deadly in Baltimore. His findings revealed that overdose rates began to climb roughly a decade ago when fentanyl swept through the city, already grappling with challenges like gun violence and the COVID-19 pandemic. One particularly vulnerable demographic has borne the brunt of this crisis: elderly Black men. Although they represent just 7% of Baltimore's population, they account for nearly 1/3 of all overdose deaths. This disproportionate impact underscores the systemic vulnerabilities that addiction preys upon in Baltimore's most marginalized communities. Baltimore's addiction crisis isn't just a public health issue. It's a devastating human tragedy that reflects the city's broader struggles with inequality, poverty, and social disconnection. Addressing the problem will require not only expanding access to addiction treatment, but also tackling the root causes that drive individuals towards substance abuse in the first place. As fentanyl continues to wreak havoc across the city, Baltimore faces an urgent challenge to prevent further loss of life and restore hope to communities caught in the grip of addiction. Only by confronting the issue with compassion and determination can the city begin to heal from this devastating epidemic.